It's been an extraordinary year for us, with the war in Russia, high rates, inflation, energy crisis. And with that context in mind, we are very pleased with how our year has gone, in particular in the fourth quarter. And as you mentioned, rising base rate by the ECB has meant that our net interest income is up 17% year on year. So robust revenue, good cost discipline, modest risk costs, and very strong capital levels. So it's been, in that context, very pleasing to see our results.
Tanate, it is ECB days, so we're all mindful of what the implications are for the banking sector. Another 50 basis points potentially baked in. If I look at the various parts of the business, you had core lending growth of 18 billion euros over the full year. Also, net deposits were improving as well. What does another 50 basis points, if it happens today, mean for the business?
Well, the expected 50 basis points means that the momentum that you see in net interest income will continue to rise. ING is one of the biggest deposit gatherer in the Eurozone among European banks. And with rising rates, that bodes well in terms of net interest income for us. Having said that, of course, rising rates also mean that you do see a drop-off in terms of loan demands as affordability becomes more challenging for consumers. So that is what we also see in Q4, is that loan demand is slowing across the board. It's still growing, but it's growing at a lower pace than perhaps we've seen historically prior to this situation.
Tanate, very good morning to you. Loan demand slowing, still impressive, as you say, but actually is loan availability something that you're looking at now as well as rates go up and delinquencies potentially start to pick up as well?
Yeah, it's something that we watch carefully, of course, being a big lender in the Eurozone. But having said that, our non-performing loan ratio remains very modest. In fact, it's one of the best loan performance in terms of NPL in the Eurozone. And we do not, as of Q4, see any pickup in delinquencies that we were expecting. So the portfolio remains resilient.
In terms of where the sector goes forward from here, Tanate, I'm very interested. What do you want to see from the authorities in terms of progress on banking union as well? I've spoken to many CEOs recently and CFOs like yourself as well. And everyone's, I've got to be honest, a little bit frustrated at the pace of reform on A, banking union, B, capital markets as well. And actually, they say it's basically a death knell at the moment to cross-border transactions.
Yeah, I think the progress on banking union legislation has been slow, but we're not counting for that. We're really having a very much an organic growth strategy. During the course of 2022, we grew our own primary customer by almost 600,000 customers, and that's our go-to strategy in terms of client acquisition, organic growth in our major markets, continued growth in terms of our primary customer, and that's what we're focused on. And if banking union were to happen, I think we're well positioned as ING to benefit from it, operating in a number of very large European economies. But we're not counting on it in terms of executing our strategy.